Let's look at this question from the 2019 O-Level E-Maths Paper 1. This is question 7. Now, this is a question on probability. We are given that a bag contains 8 red counters, 9 green counters, and 3 yellow counters. A counter is chosen at random and then replaced. What is the probability that it is not a yellow counter? Now, the important thing to note is we are picking one counter at random and we want to know the probability that it is not a yellow counter. Now, the first thing we can do is to look at the total number of counters. So the total number of counters will be 8 plus 9 plus 3, and that will be 20. Alright, so now we are going to pick a counter and we want to know the probability that it is not a yellow counter. Okay, so in order for it not to be a yellow counter, it can either be a red counter or a green counter. Correct? So for it to be a red counter, the probability would be 8 over 20. So that is the probability that it's a red counter. The other is the probability for it to be a green counter. Okay, for it to be a green counter, the probability would be 9 over 20. So the total probability that is either red or green will be equals to 8 over 20 plus 9 over 20, and that will be 17 over 20. Alright, so this is the probability that it is not a yellow counter. The other way of looking at this question would be to find out the probability that it is a yellow counter and then take 1, subtract that value. Alright, so the way you can do it is, for it to be a yellow counter, the probability would be 3 out of 20. Alright, so for it to be not yellow, the answer would be 1 minus 3 over 20, and that will also give you 17 over 20. Alright, so these are basically two different ways in which you can solve part A in this question. Now let's go on to part B. In part B, we are told that X green counters are removed from the bag. The probability of choosing a red counter is now 2 over 3. Find the value of X. Alright, so let's look at this question. So we know that originally the total was 20 and now X green counters have been removed. So the total now, okay, so this is part A over here, this is part B. So the total now is 20 minus X, correct? And now we are told that the probability of choosing a red counter is 2 over 3. Now, the total number of red counters has not changed. So originally it was 8, now it is still 8. Okay, the only counters that have a changed number are the green counters. Alright, so there are still 8 red counters there. So in order for me to get a red counter, the probability will be 8 divided by 20 minus X, because 20 minus X is now the new total. Alright, and we are given that that is equals to 2 over 3. So this is the important step you must get correct. Alright, once we get this, the rest is just a basic algebra. So we can go ahead to solve this by doing a cross multiplication. So 24 is equals to 2 into 20 minus X. Okay, so you will have 24 equals to 40 minus 2x. 2x equals to 16, and so x is equals to 8, and that is your answer here for part B. So as you can see, for this probability question, it's important to understand the information given to us, and from there we can derive the appropriate equations and then solve them. Alright, so I hope that this question has given you a good idea on that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Thank you. Bye.